Hey friends, it's Jasmine, and I hope that you all are doing well. I am absolutely horrible at doing intros, but if you're new to my channel, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping by. I am a witchy content creator here on YouTube and several other platforms as well. So if you're interested in catching up with me and following me, please check out all of my links down below. And if you are a returning subscriber, it's so good to see you again. Thank you for stopping by as well. And please make sure that you like this video if you like it and you subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more of me, make sure that you hit the bell. That way you can be notified every time I upload or go live. The YouTube algorithm is weird, and I sometimes feel like I fall out of favor with the algorithm gods. So you might also want to check that you're still subscribed to my channel. I know that for myself on YouTube, there's content creators that I follow and some that I'm even friends with that I found myself unsubscribed from, even though I know for a fact I did not unsubscribe from those creators. So just double check. I'll give you a moment. Also, we are streaming once again from my home office. That's why you kind of see like this sort of background. It's just super comfortable. I've made some videos where I've streamed like in front of the bookcase where I sit like on a chair and stream, but this is just so comfortable and I kind of like that it's just kind of casual. I know that it's not like the most aesthetically pleasing backdrop because it's just like a futon here in my home office. Like you can literally see my office chair. But this is just about as real as it gets. Like this is my home office. So in this video, I kind of wanted to do just like a little bit of like a catch-up video. I don't really have anything specifically planned to talk about, but I just kind of want to tell you guys like what's been going on with me and like what I've been up to. This isn't going to be like a super informational sort of video, more of just like a, hey, how are ya kind of video. So there's definitely some updates. Recently, there is a, how do I want to say this for YouTube? Recently, the Solar Court Coven, we had a mixer, like a meet and greet at like a local sort of like punk queer dive bar. I'm not going to say the name of the specific bar, but we got together there and myself and some of my coven mates, we had a really nice like mixer. We had a pretty big turnout. It was actually our first mixer that we've done. And I feel like I've learned a lot from that experience about how to make the next mixer like even better. We presented lectures about our particular coven tradition and it being courting season and like what that means. And it was really, really nice to like spend that extra time with some coven mates and also with some people that are, you know, potentially interested in our neo tradition. If you're interested in learning more about the Solar Court Coven, there is a website. The link is in my description. So if you click on that, that will basically tell you everything that you need to know. There's an FAQ page on the website, along with like a Ask a Witch's Coven sort of video with myself and some other coven mates, where you can watch that and listen to that and kind of get a feel for our vibe. There's also an About Me as well. Now, the reason why we did the mixer is because I think it's really important to connect with, you know, your local community. That's a part of your genus loci, in my opinion, as witches. And so I wanted to kind of put this on because unfortunately in my area, since COVID, like a lot of covens have kind of just like crashed and burned and died and have not survived the plague. Prior to COVID, well, actually, let me say this. Back in 2016, 17, 15, somewhere in there, I forget when WitchVox was no longer a thing, but I remember looking on WitchVox for like local groups, and the Indianapolis area, so a capital city of like a relatively small Midwestern state, had something like 14 or 15 active registered covens. Now, losing WitchVox was, of course, like a huge blow to the community overall. It was such a valuable resource. If there are other resources similar to WitchVox, let me know, comment down below. And if you don't know, WitchVox was basically kind of like an online forum where covens could register and post their meetup information, and you could go on there and like type in your zip code, and like groups that were affiliated would pop up and you could find their information. To my knowledge, we don't really have anything like that right now, which kind of blows, but that's just where we're at. And before COVID, I think there was maybe, I would say 6, maybe 7 active covens in the Indianapolis area. And now there's maybe 2, maybe 3, including our own, the Solar Court. So yeah, I mean, COVID was a wild era, was a wild time, and it still is in some ways. Like, we're all still kind of healing from this aftermath. But I really feel like the witchcraft community was hit in a different way by COVID, and it's sad to see, you know, some of the groups not hosting things and getting together like they used to, or their membership just pretty much dwindling down to nothing. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to host this mixer, because even if people are coming who are not interested in American traditional witchcraft, or they're not interested in being part of a neo tradition, a neo lineage, or they're not interested in like ever initiating, like, I have a lot of friends who come out to our rituals who really enjoy group ritual and group work, who don't necessarily ever desire to initiate, and that's totally fine. Like, we put on 4 open rituals a year for our local community, and we have people from all walks of life who come out and who join in those rituals, and they find meaning in that for them. Like I said, even if they don't have any desire to initiate. So, and we don't just invite people that we think would be a good fit for the coven. We also just like invite like our family and like our friends and people that we would think might benefit from coming to a ritual. Or we also invite people who are just curious. I can't tell you how many people we have had at a coven ritual who aren't even witches, but who are interested in witchcraft and who want to kind of get an inside view at what a coven of witches actually does. Because our religion and our practice is kind of this like mystery tradition. It's not like you can just go walk into, you know, a mandir or a pagoda or a mosque or a church and get a tour. Like, we don't have that available. So you kind of have to know an initiated witch to be able to see, you know, the inside of the mysteries. And even those mysteries, of course, are kind of gatekept behind initiation, but there are still people who like to come out and who like to participate and hang out with the witches, and it's always a really good time. We have our Beltane ritual coming up while I'm filming this, and I am so excited. To me, the May Day Sabbath, Beltane is such a fun, wild time. Like, hedonism and like just frolicking out in the woods and like connecting to the spirits of the land. It kind of being like the polar opposite on the wheel to like Samhain, where it's more like revering our mighty and beloved dead and celebrating the witch's new year. This is more about like celebrating like life and connecting with the land and, you know, the nature spirits. So we have that Sabbath coming up, which is the second of 3 Sabbaths that we have during our courting season, or our open, you know, time of year where we invite people. That's pretty much specifically starting from like the vernal equinox to the May Day Sabbath or Beltane, and then to summer solstice or Litha. Those Sabbaths in the light half of the year is what we kind of consider like the courting season, because come summer solstice is when we have people like petitioning, because like at the first harvest is when we do initiations. So it's just kind of like a very exciting and like liminal time of year that I really enjoy. The coven mixer that we had was cool. We had a lot of people come out. Like I said, it was our first mixer. So we had people come out. We had a lot of people like engaging with like the lectures that we were putting on, and like we had people asking questions. And so like that's always super fun. I think that for next time, I would definitely like to present a little bit more information at the mixer. I think that that would be really beneficial to like, you know, maybe myself and some other coven mates like actually present a lecture, which some of us did, but we really only talked about like gray chords and courting season and like traditional witchcraft. So I think like maybe mixing in some more specific SCC things would be really cool. Like maybe it'd be fun to like present a lecture on like trees in our local area and like their magical correspondence, you know? I also got to meet Abby the Witch here on YouTube. If you don't already follow Abby, please go check them out. They are amazing. I had no idea that we lived so close up until recently during the hashtag Witches Black Lent. And I got to meet them. I will insert a clip of that here somewhere.
Hi! Not my nail, okay.
Also recently, myself and some coven mates took a sort of pilgrimage trip out to the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, longtime followers of this channel might remember when myself and Crafton went to the museum a couple years ago. And yeah, I still enjoyed it, even coming back for a second time. If you're not familiar, the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft in Cleveland, Ohio is basically just that. It follows Raymond Buckland, and there's some other things in there as well. Like there's also like some Anton LaVey stuff. They have like the tarot cards from the movie The Love Witch. They have a big like Spanish goat bust that says like live deliciously. That's kind of like an ode to Black Phillip. They also have some Sybil Leek stuff in the museum, and some pieces are kind of like main fixtures. Like they have some stuff from like the Isle of Man in there, and like the OG Gardnerian Book of Shadows, I guess, which is literally just like a green spiral bound notebook, which I think is so cool because it kind of like dispels some of like the smoke and mirrors of initiatory witchcraft. Like, you know, we be having spiral bound notebooks too. And it's just kind of refreshing to see that like what we are doing in our neo tradition is very similar to what older traditions and witchcraft have been doing for a long time. I will probably insert like some clips from our museum trip like somewhere here.
US in the early 60s from London. So he settles in Long Island and he starts working as a copywriter. He's learning how to write, he's learning how to make money, leaves when I was 8 years old. Then it was crystal balls and tarot cards. And peer through the veil and speak with our beloved dead. Some profound things. Who knows what y'all are working on today, what it'll grow into tomorrow. You know, celebration of the 6660s, that explosion of psychedelia, full color printing, rock and roll. Lead a purpose-driven life. The hippies loved him. Here he is on the cover of Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles. I was like, Wizard came in a few months later carrying this beautiful staff. Said Oberon sent me here upon a quest to present you with Pathfinder.
I like this one with the witch in it. What size is that? Double X. I'm thinking of getting another one because I have one so small. I need a bathroom for Jordan.
We also went to the 81st Deli in Cleveland, which is like the famous, it's a chicken salad, lady TikTok. We went there, we got the chicken salad from like that famous TikTok, and it was awesome.
There's Paige.
The deli is a very interesting, it's just kind of like a gas station that also has like a little deli in it. If you are in the Cleveland area, I highly recommend that you go check out the 81st Deli. And of course, also go check out the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft. If you are into traditional witchcraft, if you are into initiatory witchcraft, if you are into American traditional witchcraft, I think it's important to learn a little bit of your history and go see some of these items. They have ritual artifacts from some of these Coven members, like ritual daggers and cloaks and beautiful mandrake roots and all types of things that are in this museum that you can go see. And you can see how people were really using these items in a very similar way that we are still using them today.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
There's also this restaurant in Cleveland. I think it's in Cleveland. It's called like the Haunted House or the Haunted Mansion restaurant, which we really wanted to go there, but unfortunately we were not able to. You do have to have a reservation, and we did not do enough research prior to going. That's kind of partially my fault. I'm like the one that suggested it, and I didn't look into it at all. Like, I just thought we would go out there and go check it out, and unfortunately we were not able to eat there. But if you are in the Cleveland area, and if you are a horror fan like I am, definitely get a reservation and please go check it out and let me know what you think. I do have some really awesome streams coming up. We have the Pride panel, which is going to be on June 11th, that I will be hosting here on my channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the idea is that I have a panel of queer witches sharing their queer witchy experience. So I'm really looking forward to that. We also have, I believe it's May 28th, we are going to have on Daughters of Cain, the show that Australia and I host. We're going to talk about trans people throughout history and like a religious context. So if you're interested in that, that should be May 28th at 7 p.m. as well. And then I also have a stream with Taya Kennedy on Daughters of Cain, the same stream that Australia and I host together, where we're going to talk about neo-traditions and just witchcraft traditions and what it means to be a neo-tradition. So please come out and check that out as well. I think that's like May 15th. I would love for you guys to come out to that. So yeah, this has just kind of been like a catch-up video. Let me know what you think. If you want more like vlogs from me, comment down below. And if you have any video suggestions, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. These are my nails right now. They're just like basic black sort of nails. Oh, and I also got like this horned moon tattoo here, which I did a whole video about the symbolism of the horned moon. So if you're interested in that, go check out that video. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, please like this video if you like it, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more from me. Until next time, friends, blessed be, and I will see you in hell. Okay, so I'm editing this video right now, but there's a couple other clips I wanted to show you from our Aries birthday and also from the hotel room. So we found like a random pizza crust under our hotel room bed after the first night, which we never had pizza, so it's just like super alarming. And we had a super kick-ass Aries birthday for some of our Aries Coven mates. So I'm gonna put some stuff in here about that. So, and then yeah, like the hotel room stuff. So yeah, editing jazz out.
At that angle, it won't open, so it needs to be like that.
Good morning. I'm just waking up. I'm so tired, but I've got like 2 hours before some of the girls get here for us to hop in the car and drive to Cleveland. So I guess I should start getting ready.
So we made it to our hotel, like our cute little room.
Show them the balcony and the vertigo.
Oh. Not the balcony. There's no balcony, but there is vertigo.
Vibes.
I can't.
How'd you sleep last night?
Great. It was an interesting experience.
How so? Tell us about it.
There was the pizza crust under the bed. There was the dream that we were getting closed in a maze or something. But other than that, oh, and Jasmyne's 42 alarms. That was my favorite part.
Did you sleep last night?
I slept fine. By myself.
You were cozy as fuck.
I was cozy. Living my best life.
Living your best life.
What if we took some of the studio before the museum?
I don't know about that. So last night, you guys, last night, we were laying in bed and we were sleeping, and Hale drops their phone and thinks that it fell underneath the bed and goes to go grab it. But instead of grabbing their phone, they found a pizza crust. They found a pizza crust.
Just a whole pizza crust. Just a whole pizza crust.
Okay, so we've had our first night here in the hotel and we've gotten dressed. Let's experience the first night here at this hotel. Thoughts, feelings?
Well,
Discount Shining.
yes. After reading some of the reviews,
Okay, but this is before the reviews, Corey.
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Overall, pretty good.
yeah.
We
Not
did find a
bad.
pizza crust under the bed. That was fun.
We could have found a lot worse.
We could have
though,
found much
based off
worse.
of the reviews.
Based
So,
off the reviews, it could have been much worse.
you know, it wasn't that bad.
We have a beautiful view.
Yeah. No bed bugs.
No bed bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Beds, a bathroom, a fridge.
We have a fridge. It's a small fridge, but
We also, what is it?
You know.
Not the Book of Mormon. That's entirely different. What is it?
we do have the Book of Mormon.
Oh,
though.
okay. Never mind. We do have the Book
And
of
we
Mormon.
have the Holy Bible. We have both.
Yeah.
Inclusivity.
I mean, I also have the Crooked
Inclusivity.
Path. Should I throw that in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so editing Jazz coming at you live again. But I got this super awesome shirt. I already had a shirt from the Raymond Buckland Museum of Witchcraft from the first time I went, and they did have those same shirts available, those like witchy, kind of like Egyptian-esque sort of shirts. I already have one though, so I wanted like a new one, and they had this design, which like I absolutely love this. It says the Buckland Museum of Witchcraft, Cleveland, Ohio. Love this. I'm probably going to like cut this a little bit so it fits more like off the shoulder, because that's just more like my style. And then my favorite artist, Madame Fortune, I think is her name. I don't know why I'm spacing that right now, y'all. Forgive me. I had a little bit of an edible. But I have a couple of her posters already. I have her Dracula poster, and I also have her Baphomet poster, which I got the Baphomet poster last time we went. So this time I treated myself to another poster, and I got this one, which has like these 3 witches, which I just think is like so adorable. No pun intended. But yeah, like this is such a cool poster. Now I do want to really honor this by like actually finding a frame for it. Because I just feel like putting thumbtacks in it feels disrespectful. I don't really know the size of this. So if any of you know what Madame Fortune's like prints are, like please let me know. And yeah, I want to put that in a frame.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space, coming closer for a taste. And I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.